What's going on, guys? My name is Marissa, and in today's video we're going to be covering the 4 best ways to make money online and generate passive income with your online business and driving more red hot traffic to your products and services. Today is a super special episode. I have a very awesome guest on my channel today. She is also an expert with social media and Instagram growth, and let's meet her right now. All right, guys, so today I have a super special guest on the channel. Her name is Katie Steckley. She is a fellow YouTube creator like me, and on her channel you could find all cool things about Instagram growth and strategy and social media tips and strategy as well. Katie, welcome to the channel. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to chat all things social media with you.
Okay, so today Katie's going to be helping me walk you guys through 4 main platforms that are really going to help boost that organic traffic for you and drive major sales to whatever offer it is, or affiliate offers that you have and are selling online. So what I really wanted to get into first was something that I've never talked about on this channel before, but I know it is a game changer and Katie is an expert, and that is podcasting. And so my first question for Katie is, how is it possible to make money with podcasting?
That's a great question. And I should say, I am obsessed with podcasting. So I listen to podcasts all the time. I have my own podcast, and I've helped many clients launch their podcasts. So I am big into this, and there are definitely lots of different ways that you can generate an income online with podcasting. So the one that people are most familiar with is, of course, the sponsored messages in pretty much every podcast you listen to, right? People will take a break, they'll give an ad read for some kind of brand that is paying them to do that. So that is something that's generally more accessible to people with a larger audience. So even for myself with my podcast, I don't have sponsored messages in my podcast yet, but I can still make money from it. So someday when you grow your podcast to a certain number of listeners, definitely getting sponsored messages in there is a great way to generate income from it. But before you get to that stage, there are still other opportunities. So what I do personally is, instead of doing an ad read for a brand that has paid me explicitly to talk about them, what I do instead is I shout out one of the affiliate marketing programs that I'm signed up for. So there's all kinds of different softwares and products that I really love and want to share with my audience. So rather than doing a regular brand message, what I'll do is basically kind of do that similar ad read sort of style, but just talk about a product or service that I have an affiliate link for. And then at the end, rather than sending them to the link that the company gave me, I'll just say, here's my affiliate link. It's in the show notes. Go check it out. So with that, I can make sure that the listeners that I have on my podcast episodes are hearing about the products and services that I love, and then potentially purchasing them with my affiliate link. So it's a really good opportunity to put in that affiliate marketing piece, because people are pretty much used to hearing ads on podcasts anyways. So when you jump in with an ad read, but you're just talking about an affiliate, then it works pretty seamlessly. People are used to it and they expect it. So if you aren't at the point where your audience is big enough to actually get brand deals for your podcast, that is a really great way to start generating some income with your podcast. And in addition to that, if you are offering your own digital products or services or whatever, definitely make sure you're promoting your own business too. So shout out your affiliates, shout out your own services, and that can be a really great way to generate some income.
Wow, that's really great. So I want to follow up on that, but I'm dying to know, what are some top 2 to 3 tips for getting started with a podcast? What is a beginner need to know?
That's a great question, because I think a lot of people are pretty intimidated by podcasting because it feels pretty mysterious. Like every other platform, it's very clear. If you want to be a YouTuber, sign up for YouTube and start posting there. Instagram, it's the same. But with podcasting, basically what you need to know is you're going to need some way to record your audio. If you want, that can literally be your smartphone. You don't need a fancy microphone. You need some way to edit it. So you can use a free program like Audacity that's available for download on PC or Mac. So you can edit the audio that you record on your phone or on your laptop in Audacity on your laptop, or you can use a free app like Anchor to record and edit your podcast. So those are some really great beginner options. And then beyond that, you're going to need a way to post it to Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So I mentioned Anchor. That's a really great app that can kind of help you do all of this. So you can record, edit, and host your your podcast there and get it submitted to Apple Podcasts and Spotify. But if you don't want to use Anchor, you can still record it on your phone, edit it in Audacity. You can host it somewhere like Simplecast or on your existing website, and then you could submit your RSS feed to Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So that's the general process. And it might sound scary, but trust me, it's not. And you only have to do that once, the submission of the RSS feed piece. And then from there, you're just recording and editing your podcasts.
Okay, so then is it pretty easy to take the audio file and to put it on several podcast platforms?
Yes, totally. So basically, when you're getting your podcast set up for the first time, what you'll do is create an RSS feed. So you'll either do that by creating a blog on like WordPress or Squarespace, or if you use something like Simplecast or Anchor, it makes it really easy for you. It pretty much does it for you. It'll give you a link, and then you can take that link and you'll sign up for Apple Podcasts, you'll sign up for Spotify, and any other platform where you want to have your podcast be listened to. And then all you need to do is submit that link one time. And then from then on, anytime you upload a podcast episode, either to that blog, to Simplecast, to Anchor, it will automatically put that podcast episode in Spotify and iTunes for you. So it makes it really easy to get your podcast on tons of different platforms, but you only need to upload that podcast episode once. It's not like you need to log in to Apple and Spotify, etc., and upload it every single time.
That's really nice. Really nice. A lot less effort on your part. If you shout out your lead magnet or an affiliate link or whatever it is, you mentioned show notes. What does that mean? Like, are there show notes on all these platforms that you use? Does each platform have an area like, link in the description type thing where people could click?
Yeah, that's a great question. So on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, all these major podcast hosts, they essentially have, just like on YouTube, there's a description box. They have that as well, and just people generally call it the show notes. So you can add a description about what the episode is about. You could include links to your social platforms or to your affiliate links or your services or whatever it is. So that makes it really convenient for people who are listening to the episode to go and follow up on anything that you mention.
That's so cool. That makes me even more excited to start my podcast. And guys, type podcast in the comments if you've ever thought about starting a podcast before. I'm curious because I definitely have, but like Katie said, it's intimidating at first because you're like, where does this podcast get hosted? And just so many questions. All of Katie's resources, her channel, resources, how you can connect with her, I'll leave that all and the links in the description of this video so you could definitely follow up with her. So we'll move on to something that we both love, a platform that is a great way to drive organic traffic and build up an audience that loves you, and that is Instagram. So I first wanted to talk about Instagram growth, because so many people have said like Instagram's dead and there's no way to grow organically anymore because bots and everything are against the terms of service, and they've really cracked down on like the automation stuff. So what is your opinion about organic growth and growing organically on Instagram?
So I definitely think that organic growth is still possible. I think a lot of people feel jaded about it because they expect it to happen really quickly. And the fact is, anytime in the past, if you were using bots or any kind of like automation, it probably wasn't generating legitimate, real people as followers, right? So you probably didn't have that high of an engagement rate using those services. So what I want to encourage everybody listening to do is genuinely try to build relationships with your followers and with potential followers, because to me, organic Instagram growth is all about essentially making friends, building relationships with people so that there is a mutual conversation going on. You can't really expect when you're really small to go out, create content, and just have people come to you. You kind of need to go and meet them where they're at and show them how you can provide value to them. And yeah, it's going to take time, but it's going to be real. So don't feel discouraged. Just know that over time, if you really work on going out and finding your ideal audience and engaging with them where they're at, eventually you are going to build up a real following that cares about the content you're making.
When you build up an audience that does care and that does connect with you on that level, what is the next step, I guess, in the funnel, right? To drive them to your lead magnet or to your coaching service or something like that. Do you personally recommend using, for example, Linktree, where you could have many links in the one link that we get in the profile?
Yeah, totally. I think Linktree or other services like that's a really good option to have several links that your followers can follow up on and potentially hire you or purchase from you. Another really good option, if you do have over 10K followers, what I would recommend doing is making some story posts that have a swipe up link to different pages on your website, and then saving those stories in a highlight maybe something like Hire Me or My Services, so people can browse through there and swipe up on whatever ones they're interested in. And then in addition to having those links available, something I would say is I always recommend having a strategy that is sort of like a 5-pillar strategy. So you have your niche. Within your niche, come up with basically 4 different subtopics that you might want to talk about, and then have your 5th one be however you make money. So if that's digital products or your services or whatever. So basically what I'm saying is make sure that every 5th post, you're kind of pitching your services or your products to your followers so they don't forget how they can hire you.
Great. Every 5th post, like, tell them to download something or maybe to book a strategy call or something like that. Do you have any input with IGTV?
Yeah, that is an interesting question. So honestly, IGTV is something that I could definitely be utilizing more. I think the biggest benefit of IGTV is just that it allows you to upload videos longer than a minute. So I would recommend, if you are creating videos for IGTV, make sure you're sharing them as like a preview to your feed, because that's really going to help kind of make the most of that content and make sure that your followers actually see it. Because I find if you just post directly to that IGTV tab on your profile, it's kind of hidden, so a lot of people might not see it. But it's a really great way to augment the strategy of your other feed content and provide extra value by doing those longer form videos. So I think it is a really great thing to take advantage of, and I definitely need to be doing that more often.
I post IGTVs all the time, and they've been by far my best engagement posts as far as shares and comments, because it's the long form content that people are willing to watch on Instagram, because Instagram is very social. People want to know what's going on in people's lives. But with IGTV, it's been interesting because people will watch a 12-minute video about me talking about, for example, I posted the other day about leaving my job and how scary it was and the truth about taking the leap of faith. Like, that video had a lot of views, more than normal. I mean, normally I get between 700 to 800 views on IGTV, but that one I got 1,500. And it took no time at all. I mean, I just got my phone, I filmed a 12-minute video talking into it. I didn't do not one edit, not one graphic effect. And it was very cool because my audience loved it. They're like, yeah. And everyone started telling their stories about when they left the 9-to-5. And so
that's awesome.
It's great because you can also put a link in the IGTV bio. So those descriptions are the only way you can have links on your Instagram feed. So that's really cool. Another thing to consider with, if you make a 3-minute video for IGTV, I think that's for sure worth it. Okay, so now what we wanted to talk about is a super exciting platform, and that is the uprising of TikTok. TikTok is so exciting to all of us, so intimidating for some. It's been a very dominant, heavy, like teenager demographic and young adult demographic, but we as business owners and online entrepreneurs have realized it could be a very powerful tool to drive traffic to your products and to grow your business and to take advantage of that virality going on right now with TikTok. So in a nutshell, Katie, could you tell us how the heck like the TikTok algorithm works?
That is a great question and a very big question, because I think we're all kind of like, what is going on with TikTok? But here is the general sense of how TikTok decides what videos to show you. So there's tons of people uploading content to TikTok. When you first sign up, you'll probably notice that as you're scrolling through, you're kind of getting what TikTok considers to be like the best of the best. So like the most viral content. A lot of it's gonna have tons of views, tons of likes and comments. The longer you spend on TikTok, TikTok will start to notice what you're interested in and what makes you leave the app. So they'll keep track of what do you like, what do you watch for more than one loop, what do you send to your friends, what makes you skip past, what makes you exit the app. They're collecting this information about you and your behavior when it comes to consuming content so that they can show you content that is most interesting to you. Okay, so over time, through machine learning, TikTok gets to know what kind of content you're gonna like the most. So knowing that that algorithm exists, you as a creator have to think about, what kind of person am I targeting with my content, and how can I make sure that TikTok understands what my content is about, and then therefore who to show it to. And as with many other social media platforms, the way it will start is they'll take that content, they'll show it to like a sample or a test group of people. They'll see if it is engaging or not. So does it make people leave the app? Does it make people like, comment, share, etc.? And then based on the results from that initial sampling, then they'll decide if they're going to show it to the next big group of people. They'll see how that goes engagement wise. If it goes well, they'll show it to more people, etc. The same way that content goes viral on any other platform. But I think the thing about TikTok is really understanding that TikTok is trying to categorize users by their interests and by what kind of content really keeps them on the platform. So on TikTok, more than other platforms, I would say, it's important to know who your ideal audience is, and then how can you signal to the algorithm who you're making that content for.
How many followers do you have on TikTok right now?
So I just recently crossed 7,000 followers on TikTok.
Nice. That's awesome. And when did you start uploading on TikTok?
So I've been on TikTok for like over a year now, but I definitely started out just as like a viewer, like for fun kind of. So I would say it's probably been the past couple months that I've really like seriously started posting more often.
Okay, so let's say my goal is 10,000 TikTok followers within 2 months. How often would you recommend to me that I post? Is using captions and hashtags important?
Awesome question. So first of all, I would say when you're first getting started, you could post like once a day, every other day. Those are both good options. I think a lot of people now are recommending make sure that you give your content room to breathe. So at first it was kind of like just post as often as you can, like post 3 times a day or whatever. But now I think the general wisdom is actually give your videos a chance to actually be picked up in the algorithm before you just put another one out there. So I would say getting totally started from zero, try to post like every other day maybe to get started. And then in terms of captions and hashtags are pretty important in terms of TikTok being able to categorize your content. So like I was saying before, you're trying to signal to TikTok, who is this for? What kind of person is going to like this kind of video? So you can give them that information by using specific and niche hashtags. So don't just use like hashtag for you page or whatever it is. Try to use a hashtag that is specific to what your content is about.
So one thing that really was exciting when I learned this about TikTok, because before I thought, oh my God, like I'm gonna need to learn a new editing app on my phone and I'm gonna need to learn how to do all these effects, but all those effects are right there in TikTok and you really edit all your videos in TikTok, which is great. I mean, there's a 15-second option and a 60-second option. And so I think the funnest ones for me are when people use like pop-ups of text, you know, like, yep, nope. And then like they have like tips and blah, like stuff that pop up on the screen. How do you come up with a video? Maybe there's probably a couple ways, but like, do you maybe think of a song that you want to form your content to, like to the song? Or do you think of like tips first and then make your tips funny? Or like, how do you brainstorm TikTok videos?
That is another really great question, because I think this is the piece that a lot of people struggle with. And I'm always trying to figure out the best ways to come up with TikTok content as well. But honestly, I think my best ideas come from just scrolling through TikTok, seeing somebody else do something funny or interesting or whatever, and then that kind of inspires me to make my own. And it might be following along on that trend or doing a completely like unique variation, but whatever it is, I feel like the best ideas come from seeing other people's content.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm really excited to grow my TikTok. Katie has a lot of TikTok tutorials on her channel, so again, you can subscribe to her channel and check out the tips and hacks that she has with TikTok. Okay, so one more quick question about TikTok, and that is, how long would you say the learning curve is to learning how to make a TikTok video and learning the sound effects, the edits, and the features and stuff like that?
I think it really depends on what background you already have with using these kind of apps. So for me, like, I already am a video editor, so using TikTok was basically just figuring out which button did which thing, because I'm very used to the idea of cutting together video. But if you are totally brand new, honestly, it's still going to be pretty easy for you. So I would say don't feel intimidated. Just watch TikToks, see which one your favorite is, and then try to replicate it. And then through that project of just simply trying to replicate another person's TikTok, you'll learn everything you need to know about editing in TikTok, because it really is quite intuitive and user-friendly.
Awesome. No, that's really great to know. User-friendly, super important. All right, so now what we are gonna do is transition to the next platform, and that is YouTube, the platform that you are watching right now. So I think both of us could talk about YouTube all day long and how to really grow a powerful audience and organic audience and drive major traffic to your products and services. Now, Katie, what is one of your top two of your favorite things that you love about YouTube for business?
Oh man, there are so many reasons why I love YouTube, and I have been like a big fan of YouTube since I was a young teenager. I love watching YouTube. Just everything about it is so like fun and inspiring to me. But I think in terms of how it can be beneficial to your business, one of the biggest benefits in my mind is that you're able to really establish your expertise in whatever your area is. So for me, I make videos about social media marketing and content creation. So then people who might want to hire me for those services, which I offer through my agency, they will know that I'm an expert in that because they've seen the advice that I give. They know that it's helpful. They've seen maybe the results they get when they implement my advice. So it really builds trust. So no matter what niche you're in, I think YouTube can be a really great way to establish that expertise and trust so that your clients really do know that you're the right person to go to for whatever your area of expertise is. So I think that's the number one thing. And then the second thing is just the ability to really build a personal connection with someone. So people who watch your YouTube videos feel like they know you because they kind of do know you because they're watching your videos, they see your personality. It's the closest thing we have on the internet to interacting in person. So it's a really great way to just establish that personal connection and kind of allow your potential clients to get to know you on a personal level.
Oh, that's so true. I mean, you develop raving fans from YouTube. I've ran into YouTube subscribers all over the world. I mean, not a lot. Like I don't have like thousands like waiting at the airport when I arrive, but it's cool when people are like, oh my gosh, I saw your YouTube video. I'm like, oh my God, wow, we are in Thailand or something. It's special. We've talked a lot about these different platforms and other social medias. I think that if we were to rank the traffic of like strongest to weakest, I honestly think that YouTube wins like over everything because of what you explained, basically getting in front of the camera and talking to people about content that they need in their life to solve problems in their life. It helps establish that know, like, and trust factor. And once they make that connection with you with a 15-minute video, 12-minute video, they're like, yeah, well, what's the next step with you? When I was still an engineer and barely playing around with YouTube, I was just creating daily vlogs, like no one was watching them. To me, it was just so cool to have my video on YouTube, period. And yet to get 20 views, I was like, oh my God, my video got 20 views? Are you kidding me? That's awesome. So I never imagined my life being like this, where I was making a lot of money both from the platform and from Google AdSense. And so I think, would you say that on your channel that the way that you monetize is both like with Google AdSense and with your products and services that you put in the description?
Yes, totally. So in terms of the income that I generate through my presence on YouTube, there's kind of like three main ways that I do it. So AdSense is a big one. And honestly, for me, it's only been over the past like few months that I'm really generating like a substantial amount of AdSense. Over my like basically 10 years on YouTube, for the first like, 8 years, I probably made like $200 total from ad revenue. But once you start to grow, it really is amazing how much that revenue just keeps growing. So that's one of my main income streams from YouTube. The other one is by using my videos to promote my services and my digital products. And then another one is brand deals. So I do sponsored videos every so often, and then that kind of rounds out my YouTube income.
And so do you do most of the reaching out, or do a lot of brand deals come and reach out to you?
So honestly, right now, pretty much all of my brand deals are from brands reaching out to me. I would like to in the future do more of my own outreach and like sort of brainstorm which brands I'd like to work with. But for the most part, I just get emails from people that like find my YouTube channel and are like, hey, Katie, we'd like to work with you. This is our service or our software product or whatever. Would you be interested in doing a video with us? And then we kind of have an exchange and figure out what kind of collaboration would work for us.
Nice. And so is it something where you charge like per minute of a video that you show, or is it kind of different pricing, or how do you handle like how much like they pay you?
Yeah,
like
totally.
What is your strategy on that?
So I have like a media kit that I send to all brands that kind of reach out to me and are interested in working together, and I have a price for like a brand integration is what I call that. So essentially what that is like a 1 minute mention of their brand within larger video. And then I also do like dedicated videos. So if they want the whole video to basically be about like a tutorial of their software or like whatever it is, then that's a different price. And then I also have a price for like, oh, here's what an Instagram post would be. So I almost have like a menu of like, here's the different options and here's the pricing for them. So then it's pretty standard between all the different brands that I work with. However, I always negotiate. I mean, I feel like that's what business kind of is. If somebody comes to you with something that's specific that like I don't offer generally, I will still try to make it work if it's a brand that I really do want to work with.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that's really great advice. Every case really is different. I mean, some learning curves are different for some type of tools or products and services that they want you to promote on your channel. So I could definitely agree to that. All right, Katie, thank you so much for your knowledge and giving value on my channel. It's been a great honor to have you here on the channel. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been an awesome time.
And guys, if you want to check out the video we did on her channel, Katie, let them know how they could do that.
So guys, definitely go check out the video that we made on my channel all about different ways that you can create organic growth on your Instagram by driving traffic from external platforms. I think it's going to be really interesting for you, so make sure you go watch that next.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Katie.
Thank you.
Okay, so to continue learning and to continue growing, I highly suggest that you watch this video right here that's coming up next, which is about 20 ways to generate $900 a week without a job after you have left the 9-to-5, and that video starts right now. What's up, guys? In today's video, we're gonna be going over 10 ways to make $900 a week. Hello? Oh yeah, hey boss, I quit.